On February 20th, 2025, Nigeria's Senate turned into a battleground over something as simple or as symbolic as a seat. Senator Natasha Akpabio again, who represents Kogi Central, arrived at the plenary session to find her assigned seat had been quietly swapped. She wasn't about to let it slide. Standing up in the middle of the chamber, she accused Senate President Godswill Akpabio of orchestrating the move to suppress her voice. What followed was a showdown that's still making waves as of today, February 21st, 2025. The tension ramped up fast. Senate Chief Whip Mohammed Monguno jumped in, backing Akpabio. He argued that Senate rules give the president full authority to shuffle seats whenever he sees fit. It's not personal, just procedure. But for Natasha, it felt personal. She shot back, "I'm not afraid of you," her voice cutting through the room. She refused to sit down or step aside, digging in her heels as the chamber buzzed with unease. Akpabio, clearly rattled, called on the Sergeant Tatarms to escort her out. The session descended into chaos for a moment. Some senators tried to mediate. Others watched in stunned silence. Natasha didn't hold back, bringing up old wounds. She reminded everyone of a previous jab from Akpabio when he'd told her the Senate wasn't a nightclub, a comment many saw as dismissive. This wasn't their first clash, and it showed. Not everyone sided with her defiance. Senator Sunday Karimi demanded an apology, calling her outburst disrespectful. But Akpabio, perhaps sensing the growing storm, took a different tack. He refused to slap her with any formal punishment and instead urged the Senate to let it go. He even shared a personal anecdote, recalling how he'd once fought over a seat himself back in 2018, trying to lighten the mood. It didn't quite work. Outside the chamber, reactions poured in. Critics pounced on Akpabio. Paul Ibe, an aide to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, labeled him a misogynist, pointing to a pattern of targeting female lawmakers. Kogi politician Murtala Ajaka went further, demanding Akpabio's removal as Senate President, arguing he's unfit to lead a body meant to uphold democracy. On the flip side, some say Natasha overreacted after all. Seat changes aren't unheard of in parliamentary settings. The Kogi Senate caucus tried to smooth things over, issuing an apology on her behalf and promising to counsel her moving forward. This isn't just about a chair. It's about power, respect, and who gets to speak in Nigeria's upper chamber. Natasha's supporters see her as a bold voice standing up to intimidation. Her detractors call her disruptive. Akpabio, meanwhile, faces fresh scrutiny over his leadership style. Calm one minute, commanding the next. As the dust settles, the question lingers. Was Natasha right to push back against what she saw as an injustice? Or should she have followed the rules and kept the peace? For now, the Senate remains a house divided, and all eyes are on what happens next.